Hi there, welcome back, all you beautiful, lovely people. Hope y'all having an amazing day out there. It's a little awkward. I'm in the middle of class recording an intro to the podcast. I was gonna start trying to edit it, see if I can get it uploaded by the end of the day. But yeah, I have two coming out. I have one for my poems, poetry, but I'll go over that in a different one. But this is an intro to an interview I did with this guy. I forgot to get his name, but he was, brother, fight power. But yeah, no, I met him at the DART station. It was kind of funny and ironic. Whenever I met him, he was waiting for his bus. We wanted to get a quick conversation, and we got about 10 minutes of a conversation when his bus showed up and left him. And thank God I was there to give him a ride and offer him a ride, and we just continued talking on the way to his house. But yeah, it was a good conversation. If it does seem a little choppy, or like we cut it off in the middle of the conversation, it's because his bus showed up and then it left him. So we continued the conversation after that. But yeah, hope y'all enjoy. Alright, I'm Jesus Aguilera here doing an interview with this guy I just met here at the bus station, and we're just going to go over a little bit of his perspective on why the world is so imperfect and what your perfect world would be like.
My perfect world would be like
Yes, sir.
solving wealth disparity.
Solving wealth disparity, I think that's a good start for anybody.
That's a big issue. But some would argue that you have to have that in order for the best people to rise up. When it doesn't count for corruption, then that's what we're experiencing. That's what we're living. The U.S. is made based off of the system, and the system is corrupt. The virus is inside there, so it's the result that we get.
Thank you. After doing so much history, because I'm a big history buff and I've been getting really into it. And after doing so much research, I've come to learn that every great kingdom has been built off of a hierarchy where the rich people are always on top and the poor people work for the rich, and the poor people are never going to give the same opportunity as the rich. And the U.S. is no different than that. And I think this is why we have such a big economic gap between, the homeless population and the rich people. And it's gotten to the point where I've even met homeless people that have openly admitted to being homeless by choice because they just simply don't want to pay rent because of how bad the economic disparity is. They feel like it's the simple living expense of paying rent. They can't afford to make ends meet, so they rather live on the bench, live on the park, live out, wherever, and survive off of the little money they can get.
Yeah, and that's provable with data. It's actually what I'm trying to say. You can see that the price of everything is going up because the value of the dollar is going down. So the prices are going up. But you still get paid the same wage that you did from like 2008. Nothing is happening. The price of living it continues to go up. The price of living, just buying a pack of chips, it's like $3 or $4 now.
It's crazy now, yeah.
Just
I remember growing up, it used to be $1.50. Now, you gotta make change to get
You gotta break a file to get a bag of chips.
Exactly. It's wild, right?
But yeah, I mean, and then the wages that you work for, the reason why this country even works is because people provide services that make money, that work in businesses and shit. That has not gone up. The wages stayed the same, and the price of everything due to inflation went through the roof. And it's pricing people out of living. It's making homeless people. It's by design. It's built in. So something's going on, man.
I like to call it systematic oppression. I like to think
that's exactly what it is.
I like to think that it was originally built to keep minorities like, African American people and, the Native American people, or what they call now Mexicans or Hispanics, down on the lower level, right?
Yep.
But I think that, the whole picture of white supremacy, or the big idea of the race war, that's kind of out of the picture. I think it's gotten more to a bigger picture of...
Well, it's wealth disparity. It's the rich versus the poor. And that's what Occupy Wall Street was until its meaning was changed. Had to do with race and shit. Occupy Wall Street was like the first really big movement made by grassroots Americans that wanted to. I think they was to stop the internet from being launched down, because that's like the last real bastion of freedom is the internet.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing right now is involving the internet.
Exactly. The second this goes away, everything gets shut down.
So they're trying to keep it, not locked down. And the whole meaning of the movement, that's not my place. The whole meaning of the movement was changed by the media. Now I don't want to get into any kind of conspiracy, but there's like 6 big corporations that control
Everything.
9/10 of everything you see around you. They control the media.
See, at this point, I'm not ashamed to even call it a conspiracy theory because people can go ahead and do that research or fact or evidence themselves. And if you go to the very top, I'm pretty sure I've heard that it's Rockefeller and Vanguard. Yeah, the Rothschilds and the Vanguards. They own 40% of all wealth, of all stock brokers in the world. 40% of all the money, 40% of all the wealth, 40% of everything. And to me, that's basically a monopoly right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what that is. But that's like the main vein in the corruption I was talking about earlier. Yeah, you just got straight to the point. That's what it is.
I like getting straight to it, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
And so it comes down to like, how do you stop that? Because I'm sure there are good people, with guys, bad people. But the good guys, like, how do you stop that? Those people, Rothschild, the family that founded you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you believe is the biggest thing that we could do to just simply get rid of the whole hierarchical system of the U.S.?
I don't know the answer to that, but I know that
We're involved in the internet?
Absolutely.
I think the beautiful thing that we have gotten from the internet is the fact that we have the ability to get any form of knowledge in the click of our fingers.
Absolutely.
The fact that nobody in today's day society should be ignorant to any of their history, to any of the things going on in the world.
Ignorance is a choice.
Ignorance is a choice. It truly is.
Yes.
And what I've personally come to believe is the biggest issue with the U.S. within itself is the fact that our government officials are easily bought out. The fact that our government officials, their money isn't limited to just simply the money that they make within the government. Because if you look at the wages, sorry.
No. America is the best place to be only if you're rich. If you're poor, it really is a third world country.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. But if you're rich, then you can live a life that you can't live anywhere else in America. And so people are willing to sell their souls to be not down there.
It's sad. It's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they do that. And they provide wealth for generations sometimes, but it's at the cost of one person's soul. So you got, there's a reason for everything. People aren't just batshit insane. Like even Vanguard, they have a goal, that's what they're working towards. And the only way you can see their goal is by like guessing what they want based on the results that you see before you. And the results that I see before me is people like you and me, it's going to be hard to rise to the top. And people that look a different way, it's not going to be hard to rise to the top.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you do with that information? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the end of the look. So that's all you can get from it. That's as deep as you should go, because really after that it doesn't matter. Like
that's what I like to think. I think that the fact that a lot of people get looped up in these conspiracy theories or these big loopholes or rabbit holes is kind of sad to me, because I think at the end of the day that's just wasted knowledge, wasted potential, because at the end of the day they could use that energy to do anything else but getting looped up in the loophole. So at the end of the day, what difference is it going to make if you know this knowledge if you're not willing to make a change about it?
Yes.
Yeah, like I could sit here and I could list all the evils in the world, but what difference would that make if I'm not willing to give a solution to it? I'm just going to bring disparity upon someone else. And I think that's why a lot of people are ignorant by choice, because they're willing to reject the knowledge of, there are bad things going on in the world, that bad people exist, that there's, evil in the world. And it's like, if you just tell someone that there's evil in the world but don't give them a solution, what are they going to react with? You don't disparity. That's all you're simply giving. It's disparity. And I think that the whole purpose of life is, because I've been reading on the Stoics, and they believe that the whole purpose of life is to live a happy, virtuous life. But in order to do this, you have to get rid of that disparity. If you're willing to pass that disparity to someone else, then they're just stuck in that same loop of disparity. I think.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, that's why I say you gotta think of the cup as full, half full. You know what I mean? You gotta be positive, see the bright side. Because we're all going through a journey, man. And we're all learning as we're going. As long as you're doing that, as long as you're like growing, like actively, everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah, sorry, I hate to interrupt.
You're good. Yeah.
A good quote I came up with for today for that was, I believe that everybody is just a flowing river whose end goal is to get to the ocean. Yeah, with conforming within a religion, with conforming within a society, with conforming within a certain way of thought, you're building yourself a dam that blocks you from getting to the ocean, because you're believing that there's only one path to the ocean, when in reality a river can flow just endlessly. Yeah. And what I've come to believe that truly would get rid of all the disparity in the world would be decentralizing working for the government, because our government officials should only, make a certain amount of money. And I think it's sickening that government officials, they don't get paid much. I think they get paid like maybe $50,000 a year, but on top of that, they get to stockbroke. They get to use their power, to reap their own benefit, to grow their own wealth. They get to take money from investors, from big corporations, from companies that obviously don't have the people's best interests in mind, but yet they're going to take that, that side of it because it's the way they're making money. And
Absolutely. Yeah, that's actively happening right now with the war in Ukraine. I think that obviously we shouldn't be there, but we are in a sense with all the munitions and now jets and artillery that we're providing Ukraine, and like that war is really killing people every day, thousands, and it's for what? It's like to hide secrets or something like that.
Yeah.
We heard that the U.S. had like 23 biolabs in the Ukraine.
Which is insane to me that they're taking U.S. funding and funding it to create more viruses to kill more people as a biological chemical weapon.
Yes.
That it's insane that we've gotten so technologically advanced that our medical technology has been taken to the point that they're using it to kill people.
Yes.
But
absolutely.
Honestly, a good comparison for the war in Ukraine right now I can put is the Vietnam War that we had maybe 50, 60 years ago? Because it's pretty evident.
Right here.
All right, you got it, man.
Hold on, let me see this.
You're right here.
So what are you doing? You're gonna post this online or something?
Yeah, if you want to take my YouTube channel name down, I just recently started. It's called Jesus and Pals. My name's Jesus.
Okay.
But yeah, I just go around, and every once in a while, whenever I get a chance, I like to do just podcasts with random people, because I think a lot of people like to say that a utopia is impossible and that utopia is strictly perspective. But I like to disagree, and I like to think that everybody wants the same thing in life, love, happiness, and peace.
Yep.
And I think that if we can at least get the ground basis of what a utopia is, we can build up from there and maybe build a perfect society without a hierarchical system. Because we have, now we have technology, as you said.
Yeah.
We have the ability to go throughout history and look anything up and see how every great society has failed or what they have done wrong. And we can just, build off of that, man.
Well, that's funny because it's a left right here. There's a guy named Jordan Peterson. Have you heard of him? Jordan Peterson?
Yeah, I think so. Is he the Australian guy?
Canadian.
Yeah,
he's a white guy, Canadian. He worked at the University of Harvard, Stanford, and it was in Canada, University of Toronto.
University of Toronto.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a straight shot for like 5 miles.
All right, just give me a heads up. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it.
All right.
Yeah, keep on.
But yeah, and he was in the news because Canada tried to pass a law that required mandated speech. So it wasn't that refusing to call someone by their preferred pronoun. It wasn't that it would send you to jail. It was that it was illegal if you didn't use their preferred pronoun, and you just had to guess, basically.
Yeah.
So they could just take anyone to jail if they were accused of, you know what I mean? And he fought against that, and the university shut him down. He was like, "Well, y'all are in cahoots. Like, what is this?" And so he started talking about it, and all of his lectures that he did for that university, all of them, he put online for free. And that they didn't like that very much because people pay a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, that pissed them off, and he's like, "Well, fuck you guys." So he was kicked out of the university. So now he's touring in America, and he has a couple books out. Jordan Peterson, he is a very, very influential man in my life, man. He, the stuff that he talks about.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Good.
Let the window down. Sorry. It feels good.
Yeah, I like the air better. It's just like,
Oh yeah.
with the sound and everything. But keep on, man.
But yeah, no, he has a series of lectures on YouTube called a decomposition of the Bible or something like that, where he's explaining the Bible not in a religious sense,
But in a historical document.
no, in a like he's giving you a psychoanalysis of the stories in the Bible and how they have deeper meaning in everyday life. And he uses pop culture as a reference a lot. So he uses like Disney movies, and he gives you like the true meaning of the movies.
I'll have to look him up, man. It sounds like he's legit, like
Absolutely,
doing what
man,
people
like,
need to hear. Yeah.
but it's been in your eyes every day. You don't even realize it. You know what I mean? And so he just helped me to understand and realize, like, there's a meaning for everything. There's the struggle in life is comparative. Even I move rich people every day. I see it every day. Wealth disparity. I see it every day. These guys, oh, my mouth is so dry, dude. Like, I can barely talk.
You're good.
You keep straight in this road, bro.
See if I have water.
I have a drink right here. Yeah, we're good, man.
You're about enough.
But he just helped me see things for what they are and know that I was on the right path. It's just right now what's holding me back is my job. You know, just working really hard every day.
It's life.
Yeah, man.
Life be, I like to say that life just be hitting you like a bitch. Really what it is. You know, a lot of people try to follow God's light or try to follow the light of, of a, religious, better person. But at the same time, it's hard to do it when life is just
so
opposed to that.
Yeah, opposed to is the best way to put it. Life is opposed to. Because that's exactly what it is. There's people at my job that are like preventing me from, reaching whatever my greatness is. You know what I mean? And
it's just negativity.
yeah.
All people know how to spread is
opposed to
negativity.
it, that hit the nail on the head. Opposed.
Trust me, man. I get it. Everywhere I turn, everywhere I see, I just see people that are unconsciously just spreading negativity without even realizing it.
Yes.
And it's sad because I like to view it as just simply ignorance. And even if it's ignorance by choice, usually ignorance by choice is done for a reason because of a past trauma or something like that.
Yeah, and that's all it is. We're all a bunch of babies walking around trying to control our past traumas and how they've affected us, man.
It's like they say we're all or it's like the Bible says we're all just children of God.
Yeah, man.
But
we really are. You never really grow up.
Nobody ever grows up, man.
Yeah.
Like
you just learn new lessons and you try to be better every day, and that's how you progress through life. You know what I mean? And sometimes it can go bad, and when it does, you can get stuck, and that's where I am. I'm stuck. So I just need the opportunity to show what I can do, but it just hasn't presented itself, or maybe I'm not putting myself in the position.
Trust me, man. I promise you the opportunity's coming. You just gotta give it your time, and just hit it as soon as you see it.
Yes.
It's like it's the best way to put it. It's like if you're like a fox hunting a rabbit and the rabbit goes through a hole, just gotta wait for him to come out. Just get him right in that moment.
Yeah. When it happens, take it.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, man.
You ever watched or heard about the law of vibration, the law of attraction by Blackrock?
No, but I've heard of something about vibrations and frequencies.
I recommend checking it out. It basically goes into the whole physics theory. It's a legit scientific theory that humans are nothing but vibrational creatures. We're nothing but atoms, right?
Yeah.
But the crazy part is that physicians have figured out that our brain frequency, or the vibrational frequency released by our brain, it's quite literally, I don't know how to explain it. He goes into really good depth about it, but it breaks time in the space continuum. So just simply having a thought is a universal thing.
Event.
It's a universal event. You create your own reality within your mind.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and he goes on to say that the biggest problem with today's society is that people are always in the mindset of get me out of debt, get me out of debt, get me out of debt, get me out of money, give me money, give me money, give me money. And if you want money, then you'll find $5 on the ground randomly, right?
Yeah.
But he said the biggest difference between that and rich people, or people that have made it successful and wealthy in life, is that they have always had the mindset that they were going to be rich and successful. Basically, even when they were in poverty, even when they were dirt poor, they always thought that hey, I'm going to be rich.
Right up here.
Right here at this light?
Not this light. The
next one?
The next one after that.
All right.
But yeah, what you saying?
Yeah, it's basically the idea that if you, whatever mindset you're in is whatever you're going to attract to yourself. If you're always in a get me out of debt mindset, you're always still thinking about the debt, so the debt is always going to still exist.
You're making that your focus.
Exactly.
Debt. But what you should be saying is, I am wealthy. Something like that.
Yeah, it's literally having the. I don't even necessarily like to say, you know, I'm wealthy. I know that I like to believe that one day I'm going to be rich.
You're right at this life.
I got you. But yeah, I like to say that one day I'm going to be rich just to get rid of the whole hierarchical system of being rich. I want to get rich so I can give it back to the poor. You know, get rid of all the fucked up shit in the world. That's my true end goal of life is to free everybody. Because at the end of the day, everybody's just a child.
That's the right.
That nobody, that never got to experience a true childhood. Like, look at all the people that grow up in the ghetto, grow up in, you know, lower income areas, grow up in, you know, poverty. These are children. Oh man,
So
sorry, my brain's a little looped.
No. You're speaking truth, man. You're completely distracted, bro. You're like really going off, man. Keep going, man.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make a U-turn up here, but that's kind of funny. I saw it and I thought it was that way. Yeah, but yeah, it's the fact that everybody, like, think about the children that grew up in ghetto areas that never got to experience what true happiness within childhood was.
They adapt, bro. That's the bad part.
Yeah, they this becomes a reality. They think that this is what life is, that's the only way out, and that their whole goal in life is to spread more negativity upon other people since they had that spread to them as a child.
They don't even know they're doing it, bro.
Exactly. It's sad. It really is.
That's the reality that they've adapted to. Like they say that their developmental phases are like more important than people really give it credit for. Like you absolutely need a mother and father in the house because it's just going to take both of y'all and the interactions that y'all have with the world and with each other and with the kid. All that stuff forms how that child thinks of the world. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So if you can't afford to have like 2 or 3 kids and you do, you're always going to be in a stressed, tensed, money management, you know, trying to get the next dollar mindset. And it's that kind of stressed, just regular living, always present in the house. They're going to adapt to that and always be stressed when they get older, to the point where they won't even know how to relax.
It's really sad. And I know there's an old West African saying that really stuck with me because I'm taking African American studies right now and we're going over it a bit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you know, gotta fight the power, brother. But you gotta fight the power, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring back the word brother and everything, man. I'm trying to push away from all negativity, all negative context. Trying to get my friends out of the loop of saying the N-word. So, you know, I think it's no difference between saying the N-word and saying brother, man.
Yeah.
It's the same meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a old saying that says it takes a village to raise a child, not just a family.
That's 100% true, bro.
And I think that's like what the bigger picture is. The fact that everybody in today's society is so selfish and so worried about them that they're never worried about what their actions do to the next person. It's like me, my children. It's never our children.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's sad. And I honestly, I'm gonna say something that like I've has been on my mind for a while. And I'm just waiting for someone to.
The right's coming up right here. You gotta slow down right here. Right here at the stop sign right here. Nova, right there. Yeah. What are you saying?
I truly do not believe that white people exist anymore. I think that they've been bred out. I think that if you go to Europe and you ask any person in Europe if they're white, what are they gonna tell you? I'm French. I'm not white. I'm French.
That's a nationality that we're talking about. It's gonna be we're talking about like a genetic thing, right?
Yeah, but even when it comes up to a genetic feature, the whole thing of being white is a recessive gene. It's a genetic mutation within the, because everybody came from Africa.
Yeah. You're right.
It's legit just a genetic mutation. That's all it is, and it's
straight down. And you're gonna take it right.
I got you. And it's the fact that that like for whatever reason, white kings, it's never even been just white people. It's always been a white king. Has always had the feeling to suppress more people. Like, if you look at the way Europe's economy was set up before we had you know, basically society, back whenever there were kings, knights, and all that, it was basically set up how slavery was set up in every other place. where at the very top are the kings. Right under the king, there's a knight, or there's a noble. Right under the noble, there's a knight, and right under that knight, there are serfs, and the serfs made no money. They simply lived to protect and take care of the land that they worked on, and they thought it was their duty to do this for their king because that was their life. Their whole life was working for the king, right? Before the Europeans took the Africans out of West Africa, anytime slavery was done, it was never done as cattle slavery or as dehumanizing slavery as it was done by the Europeans. It was always something that you owed someone debt, so guess what? You're working for them for free for the rest of your life, but guess what? They're not going to whip you, they're not going to beat you, you're just simply a servant for the rest of your life. And it's basically that the whole European system, economic system in like the medieval times was slavery to the rest of the world. So the Europeans, as soon as they got the West Africans, they were like, all right, let's find a way to make slavery even worse. And what do? They use Christianity and Catholicism as an excuse to quite literally dehumanize and create mass genocides on a whole culture of indigenous people. Like, not even African Americans. They did it to the Native Americans too. They pillaged their land, they raped them out of existence, and they spread syphilis and mad diseases amongst them, right? And I think this is why whenever you go to Europe, if you ask any one of them if they're white, they'll tell you their nationality instead of telling you what their race is, because they don't see themselves as white anymore. They see themselves as French. They see themselves as Spanish. They see themselves as English.
Bred out.
Yeah, they've been bred out. And then if you look at anybody's genetic, components, we're all just a mixing pot of people. I'm not Native American full-blooded. I have Spaniard in me. I most likely have some other shit that I don't even know about me. You most likely have some white in you that you don't even know about.
Probably.
Everybody has just been mixed together and is in a mixing pot of humanity that we have no reason to see race anymore. If anything, we deserve to see each other's ethnicity and culture, but not as a degrading thing, as a beautiful thing. Like, whenever I look at the African Americans' culture, I don't necessarily claim it as mine because I would never know the suffrage that they have gone through. But I love to look at their culture because look, we got soul because of it, we got rock because of it, we got R&B because of it, we got jazz because of it, we got so many beautiful things. So I'm gonna claim that culture as being a part of me because I love that culture. It's not my culture, but I want that culture to be a part of me. And I think that we should push away from the idea that white supremacy is necessarily still a real thing. I think that the only real white supremacy out there are really the rich white people that are still on top. That's what white supremacy is. Because if you look around us, everybody's living in the same shithole. Mexican, white, black, Ethiopian, Indian, it doesn't matter. We're all in the same shithole of working for the big white man up there.
Wealth disparity.
Wealth disparity, man. That's all it is.
That's why I said that.
Hey, you got it right at the very beginning, man.
That's crazy, man. What a good conversation.
I love getting good podcasts like this. Honestly, I had a good feeling. Like I get feelings, I guess, from God or something that I need to go out and interview someone, and I had a feeling today that I was gonna get a good ass interview. I'm glad I ran into you, man.
Boy, went off, dude.
Yeah.
That was great, man. That was inspiring, man.
Yeah, I try to upload this within the week. If you want, I can give you my social media and my YouTube. That way, if you want to check me out, or if you ever want to be on my podcast again, I'm trying to get a club started at my school. That way I can have some out-of-pocket conversations with students.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, add that on there, and then we can communicate through that, and then I'll get your number eventually if you want, and we can talk about stuff.
Yeah, I can give. Honestly, I have a flip phone right now, but I don't even know where it's at. I've been trying to get off technology and all that.
Well, they provide some good uses.
Yeah. That's why I've been carrying an iPad. I need to get back into it, but it's just hard. Dude, it's me right there. But subscribe.
Yeah.
If you do want to reach out to me directly, I recommend going to my Instagram. Okay. It's just gonna be JESUSAG.
Are your links on here?
I should have them. Let's see.
That's a good way to test it.
I can always add it later today. Yeah, that way
you should
can
definitely put all your links in there so people can contact you on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, no, I need to get Twitter, man.
Yeah.
I need to get more stuff. I need to get back into
they're
life.
desperate for creators, for real.
Really?
They have a payout fee that's better than YouTube, and YouTube has the best payout fee for creators.
I might have to check it out, man.
I think it's like 70-30 for YouTube. You get 70 for X or Twitter, it's like 90 something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they pay you a shit ton of money for creating content. So
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yes.
And it is run by Elon Musk right now, so it's not
It's
censored.
better.
Yeah, it's not censored.
you say what you want.
Hell yeah.
But here, that's good. You're gonna be linked up on that. I'll get in contact with you on this, or
Yeah,
you read your comments or no?
Yeah, I just, I'm barely up and coming, and I think I started about a month ago, so I don't get many comments. But hey, if you got any comments or go through my videos,
Algorithm too.
Yeah,
You might blow up.
I hope so, man. That's the goal, man. The goal is just to get the word out there, man.
That's how
fight
you
the
do it,
power.
man. That was a good ass conversation, bro. For real. Yeah, you got me thinking now. I gotta process all this, man.
Yeah, you good, man. Like I said, hit me up, and we can always